Everyone, today I will discuss about industrial location theory of Weber. Alfred Weber, who was a German economist, presented his theory of industrial location in 1909 in his book Theory of Location of Industries, and it was translated in English in 1929. Here is the name of the book, Theory of Location of Industries. And if we talk about the objective of his theory, then his overall objective was to determine the minimum cost location for an industry, and he also tries to explain the location of industries in terms of transportation cost, labor cost, and also agglomeration economies. And his explanation is based upon the findings of minimum cost location for production. And there are many assumptions of his theory. First, raw materials occur only a few locations and market existed only specific place. And third assumption of his theory is labor is available in certain locations, it is not mobile. And fourth assumption of his theory is cost of raw material, RAM, raw material, directly proportional to weight and distance. What means when weight and distance of raw material increases, then cost of raw material also increases. And there should be perfect economic competition. Perfect economic competition. In the market, and industrialists want minimizing cost and maximizing sales and profit. And seventh assumptions of his theory, physical geography and human geography uniform in that area. And in his theory, Weber also introduced many terms like ubiquitous material. Ubiquitous material are those material which present everywhere like land, water, gravel. And localized material. Localized material are those material which present in a specific place like coal, iron, bauxite. And after that he introduced weight lossing material. Weight lossing material are those materials which lost their weight after processing like iron and steel. And here weight gaining material. Weight gaining material are those materials which does not lose their weight after processing. Here is the example of weight gaining material like cotton. And Weber also introduced material index. And he calculated material index by weight of localized raw material divided by the weight of the finished product. And he also told that if a material index is greater than 1, then the industry should be located near LRM, means localized raw material. And if material index is less than 1, then industry should be located near market. And also according to Weber, there are three controlling factors of industrial location. First is transport cost, and second is labor cost, and third is agglomeration. Let's see first transport cost. According to Weber, the industry should be located in that location where transport cost will be minimum. And for this purpose, he also introduced or presented the concept of locational triangle. Let's see the concept of locational triangle. Suppose here is the market M, and here is the source of first raw material. this is the locational triangle for two raw materials. Here is the first raw materials and here is the second raw materials R2. Weber told that for minimum cost location, industry should be located near the market or near the first raw material and second raw material. If industry would be located here at P point, here is the P point. If industry would be located here, then the cost of transport would be minimum at P. Hence he introduced the locational triangle. Then concept of locational triangle was presented by Alfred Weber. And if we talk about the labor cost, then according to Weber, the industry should be located there where labor is presented in minimum wages, or you can say industry should be located there where the cost of labor become minimum, and for this he also present the concept of isoteam and isodapane. Isoteam and isodapane. What is isoteam and isodapane? Isoteam is the joining line of equal transport cost. And isodapane is the line of total transport cost. Joining line of total transport cost. And let's see the concept of isoteam with an example. Suppose here is the market, and here is the first raw material, and here is the second raw material. And if we localized industry here at R1, or you can say this the source of first raw material, at the source of first raw material, then at R1 are at the source of first raw material. Here the labor cost is maximum. Suppose 500 rupees, and transportation cost is also 500 rupees. Transportation cost also 500 rupees. Then what happened? The total cost of production would be 1000 rupees. Total cost of production. Total cost of production is 1000 rupees. Because labor cost is 500 rupees and the transportation cost is 500 rupees. And if we localized industry, in this direction where the labor cost is minimum, suppose here industry would be located because of minimum labor cost, then we have to give additional transportation cost for here. If we locate industry, suppose 10 rupees here, 10 rupees, 20 rupees and 30 rupees, 40 rupees, 50, 60 and 70, also 18. This is the additional transportation cost. Then at here is the O point. At the O point, what is the labor cost? At O point, labor cost will be minimum. Labor cost will be minimum, suppose 250 rupees, and total transportation cost would be 500 rupees plus here is the additional transportation cost 80 rupees. Then the total transportation cost would be 518 rupees, and the total cost of production at the O point, because industry would be located here. Total cost of production would be 580 rupees plus labor cost. 580 plus labor cost 250. Then 630 rupees would be the total cost of production. Then what are you seeing here? When minimum labor cost, when we have to give minimum labor cost for additional transportation cost, then industry should be located at the location where minimum labor cost would be available. And this is the line of isoteam. This is called isoteam because it joins the equal transportation cost. And after that, let's know about agglomeration of economies. What is agglomeration of economies? When a substantial number of industries or enterprises located in a specific place, then they cluster and they share their benefits and their talents, and they profitable for industry located in that area. It is the agglomeration. And after that, let's see the criticism of this theory. What is the criticism of this theory? His theory, Weber's theory, is model hypothesis based on several premises, which is possible in exceptional cases. So his theory is in an exception rather than rule. And second criticism of Weber's theory is he overemphasized on transport cost. Weber overemphasized on transport cost. And third criticism of Weber's theory is concept of perfect competition not sustained in long run, because in his assumption Weber assumed that there should be perfect competition in the market. Then after ending these assumptions become the criticism of his theory. It is all about the